It's a fantastic weekend. And so it's a weekend that takes us into a week, like you said, World Cup.
The biggest sporting event in the world.
Biggest sporting events in the world. And I don't know. We are not feeling it. Is it because Nigeria is not there?
No, it's not
being talked enough. The fever, nobody. You know when the World Cup is coming. I'm not even. You go on radio. It's not really there. I don't know. Maybe they want the World Cup to start, or because it's still on Thursday. The first game is Mexico versus South Africa. That was the same opening game where in 2010. When South Africa hosted, the first game of the World Cup was Mexico versus South Africa. Now, this first game again is going to be Mexico versus South Africa. So we'll talk about the World Cup. But again, history has been made. Alexander Zverev, his first Grand Slam, and he has done it on clay. We said it before. The pathway was open. There was no Carlos Alcaraz. There is no Yannick Sinner, Djokovic. The two were in the tournament and were voted off. Now, the question is world number 3, with number 1 not voted out, number 2 didn't come, on paper, being world number 3. It was tipped to. But what I want to ask is that, is there a little stain on this win?
No.
Knowing fully well that the defending champion was not there, to defend his...
I won't call it a stain because I know where you're going with this, your agenda. You started this, your agenda, where you now agendarize certain things. Why didn't Djokovic win it? That's won it more than once before. Why didn't he win it in the absence of the champion?
Father time.
He lost in the 3rd round. So I think that...
the big question has to be Sinner.
Sinner couldn't win it with Alcaraz not being there. World number 1. Sometime. Just asking. So I think the big thing for him is take advantage of opportunity when it falls in your laps. When it falls in your laps. I don't want to use certain other references in sports because I have a perfect reference for it, but they will say, Pastor, Champions League has ended how many weeks ago? Let it rest. But I won't use that reference because I felt that was the opportunity for a certain club to join the greats and have a recent European trophy in their cabinet. But you didn't take advantage of it. You seemingly had on paper, you had the easier routes. You didn't have to deal with 5 past Champions League winners. Okay. You only had Atletico, Sporting and Co. I'm just using this as an example. Leverkusen to negotiate. You didn't even eventually meet Barca because Atletico did the work for you and you beat Atletico, got to the finals. But now you're at the finals. Moment of fame. Make it. You scored first, but you couldn't see it. That's exactly what could have happened. When it got to 4th round and it was going to the 5th round, I was like, Jesus, Zverev wants to blow this thing. That's how I felt. I just stopped following. Yesterday, I was here at the studio. The communion service was going on, so I just logged. I was like, I'm not following this. After communion service, I'll go and find out who won. If he does not finish, I will bash him today on the show. But thankfully, he won it, and he won 6-1, and he's currently a Grand Slam champion. I feel that sometimes life will present, if you are consistent enough, one day life will present all the options for you. Arsenal hadn't won the the Premier League in recent times because of Pep Guardiola, believe it or not. Pep tormented the whole league. Thank God he's gone. Everybody can breathe now. But for 10 years, the only years...
I like how you said tormented.
The only years he did not shine were his first year and last year. First year he finished 3rd. Last year he finished 2
trophies that I say they did not shine.
Can you imagine? He won 2 domestic trophies in the year that we say is his worst season as manager of City. But you know what? What Arsenal did is what Zverev has done. Just be consistent. You know, sometimes you see a club, you just know that, okay, they are bad this season. Let's just take advantage of it and bash them home and away because next season they will come good.
They will come good, yes.
Unfortunately for certain teams, Chelsea, Liverpool, United's rally was too late. It was too little, too late. There was nothing they could do about it. But they were bad for a long season. And the reason Arsenal still didn't win it, in spite of the fact that most of their top 6 contenders were bad, including Tottenham, was because of City. But you know what? The minute City goes bad, has a flicker at the beginning. Remember last season was terrible for City.
Yes.
They were losing. But Guardiola set records that you would want to look away from. They're losing 3, 4, 5 in a row.
Yes.
We were counting 1, 2, and it was just going on and on. It was last season.
It was last season.
And at the end of the day, finished second with a title chase at the end of the day. So by the end of the day, Chelsea did the needful. They were able to just go across the line. In the same way, Verev, are you going to say Arsenal's title chase is stained? Are you going to say it's stained because Chelsea could not get their reading? That's on you. Liverpool won the league the season before. They were out of contention for long spells in the season. It's not Arsenal's fault. Your job is to mind your business and get the business done. And that's exactly what Verev has done. So yes, you will say things like that. It applies. That statement you said applies for the likes of Federer. The season, the only Roland Garros French Open title he has, Nadal did not participate in that event.
Yes, he was injured.
Whose business?
So I like how you have put it. When you are there, get the job done.
Exactly, because there's no guarantee that because the favorites are not there. Look at the ladies, for example. Who won it? A non-favorite.
Yes, look at your Mara Andreeva won it.
Yes.
But the story of the finals will have to be for Maja. When the final was played, I was following up what the final, and I heard the story about Maja, the runner-up. And the story was that she went to Paris, not even having enough money to pay hotel bills. Now, the story is that she was a qualifier.
Yes.
She played 3 qualifiers to even get there. And she came into that tournament not having enough money to sustain her. And to get there, she had only won one Grand Slam game ever in her life. One Grand Slam match ever in her life. So for her, she was coming as former Bender Insurance coach to come and participate. Let us see. But I'm sure she had counted our hotel room and said, maybe one day, And she made it, a qualifier made it to the final. And she made home with 1.6 million.
Dixon, I keep telling you, are we in the right?
Are
we doing the right part of sports?
Now, this is someone that came in not having enough money to pay hotel bills. Now is going with 1.6 million. Now, she has made more money than she had made since in her career. Yeah, and I think it was a lovely story.
Yeah.
Even when I know the day she was second, I think she could have been a winner, but the people are saying she overdid the expectations from herself and all people were even thinking. Our team didn't expect her to even get to this final, but I know the day she'll be going home, say runner up, and most importantly, something in the bank.
Yes.
to enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. Dreams are made in tournaments like this, and legends. This is how legends become. And unfortunately for her fairy tale story didn't get the kind of end she would have loved. But I think she can still hold her head up high and think that in a tournament that had the likes of Coco Gauff, Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, yes, you made the finals.
You made the finals.
I mean, I told you when I saw the semi-finalists for the women, I was like, wait, what? Sabalenka lost a quarterfinal match.
Yes.
They're talking of imposing number ones, imposing number twos, all of them missing in action. They're here in Maja Tralinska, Mira Andreeva. Who are you guys? But that's how legends are born. That's how legends are formed.
And for me, my last take on this Roland Garros. Now we've seen 2 new champions, 2 new names, names that we always look forward to say, you know what, challenge the status quo. Let's see how they can manage the next Grand Slam. The next Grand Slam will be Wimbledon, right?
Yes.
Let's see how they can be consistent to go there. Verev, let's see that this wasn't a fluke. Now, I'm hearing that Carlos might still not make it.
Yeah, Alcaraz is going. He's going to miss the Wimbledon.
Now, and with the form of Father Time Djokovic and
Djokovic should just.
So I think Verev still has a chance of winning back-to-back Grand Slams if he's put to it. Let him not get carried away with this. And that was what the big 3 used to do. You win one, you are hungrier
Yeah.
It's not that I've won and said, okay, let me relax, let me chill. I've won 1 Grand Slam. Let it not, don't be the Andy Murray of your time.
I know, right?
Yes, don't be the Andy
He
Murray of
has
your time.
one of the most depressing stories.
Now it's time for him to take advantage of all what is happening and go for it. So that's my take.
Absolutely. And I like how you put that. Don't be the Andy Murray of... his story is a very touching one. It's a very touching one. Once he just gets to the finals and he meets any of the big 3, game over. And that was the story of his life. He only won 2 Grand Slam, 2 Olympic golds, and that was it.
And that did define the kind of player he was. He was a fantastic player. The only problem, the only issue, the only challenge he had was to be born in that era where...
I know, right? It's like trying to compete for the Ballon d'Or with Messi and Ronaldo in their prime. Sorry, bro. You're just
that didn't make Neymar not a bad. That didn't make Neymar a bad player.
Yeah.
Or didn't make Edinson that one of the best. But we are just, battling out with Messi and Ronaldo. That was the difference. So,
yep. So congratulations, Alexander Zverev, and of course Mira Andreeva on your titles as Roland Garros champions. Good to see first-time winners for both male and female. I don't know if it was the script they wrote, but whoever wrote this script executed it perfectly. Fantastic one. Anyways, with this, we saw the other highlights. The highlights on the friendly games. The World Cup is upon us, starting on Thursday. Just 3 days or 3 days to go. Everybody's buttoning up, dotting their I's, crossing their T's, ensuring who's going to be the first team player. And we just saw Belgium versus Tunisia. We'll be bringing you most of Team Africa's representation and their friendly games and preparations for this World Cup. We saw Tunisia's one didn't go the way they planned. Very disappointing performance, if you ask me, compared to certain other teams. Morocco,
even Nigeria that is not going for
Nigeria
is still holding their own.
I know. I mean, if not for that rocket of a shot, it would have been 2-1 Nigeria against Poland. Yes. We're looking forward to the game against Portugal. For me, we died there on that pitch. If I was the coach, I would tell the players.
No, don't enjoy. No.
Match Ronaldo's leg.
No, don't
match. No. Match Pedro Neto's leg. Match it.
Bettina, I think for me, early prediction to win the World Cup before it's being played.
Coach Dixon is already in the mood. You're out of retirement. Okay, let's hear it. Portugal. The only reason I'm going to tip Portugal is because of this gist that is going on. There's a lot of hearsay that certain things, the team that is going to win the World Cup wears red. There's this gist. More on that as the World Cup comes. That's the only reason I'm going to believe what you're saying. But if it's on paper, I don't think they are all that enough. My usual suspects, okay, FIFA Princess team won. Just because they have FIFA Princess in that team. So, Messi and Argentina. So yes, that's one. Not my top favorite.
The red might just be Spain. The red might just be Spain.
I didn't think of that.
The Spanish team, yes, I think
they look like a dangerous side.
You saw them in the Euros. You see them in Nations League. They are very. They look like an unknown team. On paper, you just look at where is this? Where is this? But when they get to the pitch of play, they outplay you.
I don't remember Spain red.
You see passes 963. You are still on 300 and something. You will run and you will chase the ball. They know how to put that ball. That Spanish style of play, that Guardiola tiki-taka, is still in that Spanish team. They will play you. And they are also favorites.
Yeah, France huge favorite. France. So the last 2 finalists will always be favorites, and that's because they really haven't even dropped that much form. They're still way up there, Argentina and France. So to me, I'm not calling this in any particular order. I'm just calling the countries that in my head are favorites. Argentina definitely, France definitely. Now you reminded me of Spain.
There's Spain, there's Portugal. Those. I doubt that I want to put Brazil in that.
No, Brazil will not even go past.
I want to put them in that.
If they pass round of 16, they won't pass quarterfinals.
And one of the reasons I'm calling these 4 teams is that this is the World Cup. I'm looking at their bench. And if any team can go far, is what you have on your bench. Yes, every team might come out with their first 11 and they'll be dangerous. But again, when you need that player from the bench to come help you when a difficult time is. These players, they've got these teams that I've mentioned. Have you seen France's bench?
I know, right?
If you look at also Portugal too, they are there. You just imagine the midfield of Portuguese midfield of Bruno Fernandes, Vertina, and João Neves.